It's Nolan.
What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, we got to talk about this Slim Thug situation, man. So recently he uploaded a video, or he went live, where he was talking about the music industry, and he was saying that he does not like the fact that Jewish people own the entire music industry, right? He was saying that he hates the fact that Jewish people in particular own black music, and he was trying to say that he wants all black artists or all black music to be owned by black people. On the surface, this sounds like a very inspiring, motivational thing to say. However, I got some things that I don't agree with when he says this, because unfortunately the music business is just not owned by black people. Before I really go in on this, I want to go ahead and play Slim Thug's video from his live so he could go ahead and get all his thoughts out the way before I interject with mine, but y'all see where I stand from the jizz up, all right? Let's get into what Slim Thug had to say.
People should own Drake. Drake is Jewish. Jewish people should own Jewish music. I don't like that Jewish people own black music. I don't like that. Let's let that be known. I don't want Jewish people who not a part of the culture to own the culture. Let's let that be known, since we want to go viral about some shit. I want only black people to own black music. You know what I'm saying? Straight up like that. And we gonna stand on that business. Yeah. And that's what we own. And until we fix that, I don't like it. I don't keep complaining about it. Yeah, that's what we doing. We don't need no sponsors. We gonna keep fucking them up. Yeah. If you ain't Jewish, why the fuck you own a Jewish rapper music? If you don't listen to that, nah, we not on that. We need to take the culture back. We need to own our culture. While these black people broke, we need our music. We need to own our, straight up like that. Yeah, straight up like that, man. And if you don't own your own shit, and you going over there and let them people own you, like Malcolm X say, you a sellout. And that's what we bringing back in 2023. We ain't
there for every race, though.
It should be that for every race. If you Jewish, you should own Jewish music. If you white, you should own white music. You should own, white people should own country music. And Spanish people should own Spanish music. Yeah, everybody who from their race should own their straight up like that. Straight up like that. So that's not racist, that's equal. We want it to be equal. We want everything back, man. We don't want people culture vulturing us. We going at all the culture vultures. That's why they try to push Dame Dash to the side. Dame Dash was right. He was standing on business. Need to snap out of it, being cool with having sugar daddies and pulling up in Rolls Royces and shit and chains. We don't respect that.
All right, so that's Slim Thug. And I'm not going to say I completely disagree with you, Slim Thug, but the problem is, where are all the black labels? And I'm not talking about the black vanity labels. I ain't talking about no Maybach music. I ain't talking about no CMG. I ain't talking about no goddamn, none of these motherfuckers. I ain't talking about these rapper-owned labels. I'm talking about, where are the black labels? Where are the Motowns, right? Because the Motowns in today's time are still owned by the Universal Pipeline. So who is going to do the work to reverse hundreds of years of music ownership, right? Because again, you got to have some infrastructure. You got to have the money in order to do this. You can't even say, all right, let's keep it all the way real. You start a black label, you go sign some artists. The next issue is going to be, how do you get them out there, right? So you got to go through a distribution company. Distribution companies don't take ownership of your music. They don't. However, the distribution companies most likely are not black owned. Only black owned music distribution company I know of is Venice Music. I don't know where they got their distribution from. I don't know who their partners are, but to my understanding, that is a minority owned company. It's owned by a black man and an Asian American woman. Okay, cool. Where everybody else at? Who else in the game, right? You want to get paid off your publishing? Who's administering that money? Who's going out and collecting that money for you? It's not black people. Let's talk about the nuts and bolts of how all this shit was set up, because they got a head start on us before we were even able to be free, before we were even able to be compensated for the work, before they even let us in all the venues these motherfuckers been out here setting up the infrastructure of what the industry is and what it was going to be and what it's going to continue to be until we get some real big players out here that are willing to end their partnerships with these white-owned companies, these Jewish-owned companies. Is that what you're telling people to do? And you're saying if you own your music today and you go sign with a label, right, and you get a check from a label, you're now calling these artists sellouts. These are the same artists that are going to go and get with the same companies that you once were signed and affiliated with. Did you not release an album on a major label? I believe it was Interscope, right? In conjunction with Star Trek and Pharrell and them, right? But it's not like already Platinum came out independently. I don't know if you own your masters to that album, but I do know you went independent after that. You were independent before that. You were independent after that. But if it was that deep, if it was really that deep, that we're going to be calling people sellouts and agents and shit like that, you shouldn't have no music on the major label system. It makes no sense. So this is why I be having an issue with people that come out and say these things as if they got the answers to the question. Now, I'm not saying Slim Thug is not onto something. He shows Dame Dash as an example. Dame Dash is an excellent example today. Dame Dash was an excellent example in 95, 96 when Jay-Z was getting turned down from every label in the industry. They didn't want to take a chance on him, right? They didn't understand his music. They didn't think he was worth the money they were asking for. Y'all went out there, pressed up the motherfucking copies, put it out yourselves. Then y'all found a distribution company. Y'all put the music on vinyl. Then y'all went to what was it? Relativity or some shit? Priority, excuse me. Y'all went to Priority Records, which is white owned as well, right? I believe Jews own that company. So this just shows you the hamster wheel that we're in this music industry. So to kick this black owned shit, is nothing wrong with it. There are certain businesses where you can be completely black owned, but the problem is, where is everything coming from? When you talk about black owned, does it just pertain to the recordings? What about the equipment you use? We're using MacBooks. We're using motherfucking Yamahas, Shores, Neumanns. You know what I'm saying? All these different companies for the microphones, all these different companies for the equipment and the hardware and the software we use. If we're going to have it one way, we gotta clear out the pain of everybody. Why they eating off us? If that's what it is, I'm with the shits. But we're going to have to find some answers if it's going to really be like that. If you want to clarify and say niggas is sellouts, and you're saying, well, the Jews should own Drake. Drake is Jewish, that's correct. But Drake is also black. I mean, I don't know how y'all want to deal with dual citizenship in this game, but he's still black. I don't know. Y'all tell me what the fuck going on. But all I'm saying, Mr. Slim Thug, is you're going to have to give us some more answers. If you want to lead the charge, you want to stand on business, show the people how to run the business. You've been an independent artist for probably 20 plus years. You did it on the mixtape circuit. You dropped a major label album. You served your time over there for a couple years. You went back independent. You've dropped other albums since then. Tell us what we don't know. How did you go about doing it, right? How are you still maintaining the lifestyle that you achieved in the early to mid 2000s today? Are you entrepreneur? Are you owning businesses? You got a trucking company? Who are you partnered with? Let us know some things. If we standing on business, you got to come to the table with an infrastructure. Somebody got to have a blueprint, because even Jay-Z, he ain't cutting out white partnerships, right? And he out here quoting Farrakhan and all this shit in his lyrics. And I'm not downplaying Jay-Z at all. I'm just saying, based on the estimation made by Slim Thug, if we got to cut out all the Jews and all the white people, y'all going to have to tell me what the alternative route is to find success. Where are the checks going to be cut from? Because all the distribution companies, if you really start digging into this, they're owned by a lot of the record labels, because the record labels caught on early to what independent distribution was. They bought into these motherfuckers so that they could have a certain level of control even over them. So we're going to need to figure out some answers. We're going to have to, where's the round table meeting at? Are we going to Houston? We coming to Atlanta? What the fuck is what we doing? And when we do the meeting, are we allowed to wear nothing but black owned clothing, jewelry, when we come do the meeting? Like, how far y'all want to take this shit? How far y'all really want to take this shit serious? Because like I said, I'm with the shits. But somebody gonna have to let us know how far we trying to go with it, since you coming out and saying niggas is sellouts. Once y'all can answer me that question, I take the video all the way the fuck down. I won't even leave it on the channel and monetize off the bitch. Tell me what the real solution is. This video comes down. But you got to give me a solution that can actually be applied. Don't give me no bullshit down in the comments and think I'm going to take the video down. Y'all got to let me know something. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hey, if you want to hear some truly independent music, you can check out my album right now called Southside Nolan. I'm going to play my song Let's Get It at the end of the video. If it intrigues you, makes you want to hear more, you can check out the new album. It just dropped on streaming platforms last Friday. So this is brand spanking new music, an artist you probably have never heard before. You could listen to it on streaming. You could buy it directly from me if that's what you want to do too, right? And I released this project through a company called EVEN, which is a minority-owned company as well. So when y'all talk about selling your music on Bandcamp and iTunes and stuff like that, we're not even doing that. My album is distributed for purchase through EVEN. The owners are black. The people I talk to at the company are black, technologically advanced black people at that. And when you buy the album, the splits automatically go to everybody that contributed to the project. It's not coming to me first, and I'm not cutting them no checks. Everybody's splits goes directly to their account. So this is an equitable way of running the game. Slim Thug, let me know what you thinking. All right? Peace, y'all.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble. New day.